Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our today's session on AI tools for teaching innovation in the context of research. I welcome all of you back to our second last day of this FTP. Today, we are going to be looking at some more tools, particularly in the category of writing and how can they help us with the writing part of things. Before going forward, however, just a small recap of what we have looked at yesterday. Yesterday, we have covered various tools further in the context of literature review, starting from Google's Notebook LM to then we have also looked at various other platforms like how we can utilize the abilities of tools like consensus and then, of course, explain paper to interact with documents and papers itself. So with that, I'm going to share my screen and we will move towards the discussion for today's platforms. So I hope my screen would be visible and I'm just going to open my browser. So now there are three tools that we're going to be looking at today, particularly in the category of writing. One of them is something which we would be familiar with, whereas the other two might be new platforms for some of us. So we will keep the process same. I will be posting the links of the tools in the chat box as we go ahead. And any other questions that we may have for these tools can be taken up towards the end of the session in the last 15 minutes. Now, my first platform for today is something which is still in the project mode. And it started out as a project from Stanford University. And this is the platform. It is called Storm. I am going to just paste the link of this platform in the chat box. Just give me a second. So I've posted a link for the first platform. And this is the homepage of Storm. As we can see, the title suggests that we are able to generate detailed reports and detailed written outputs for various topics that we put into the Storms portal. And as I said initially, it's a website or a platform that's still in prototype mode. So that's why they say it's in prototype right now. And it has two features inside of it. Now there are three, in fact, which is Storm and Co-Storm. And this is what they do. Storm, as the facility, allows us to generate the write-up that we want. And Co-Storm ends up like a roundtable discussion between multiple agents who are working inside the report that it generates. So what we have to do is we have to click on sign in, and that will bring us to a Google tab from where we can sign on, or else if you click on get started, alternatively, it does the same thing. And once we sign in into the portal, this is our home page, and this is what we're able to do with it.
Sir, for doing sign in, I have to just put my email.
Yes, Google email. Yeah.
मतलब Google email. No any मतलब is it free or
It
I
is
have
free.
to?
It is free. Whatever I'm showing in this part is free. And once we come here, we can go to our profile icon from right here where we can have some options to look for. And the three options that we want to sort of interact into are available in this drop-down menu. So Storm generates the article for us. Co-Storm generates a roundtable conversation. These are the two options that we saw on the home page, and they have added something new recently, which is Data Storm. Now, this one works on the internal information that it has available inside of it. So we will see all three as we go ahead. And we can also see that it is eventually trying to develop the capability to interact with directly with browsers also. Currently, it only has Google as the browser that it can work with. Over a period of time, hopefully they will add more browsers. Apart from that, here we have a new session, which is basically a new chat window. Discover allows us to see some of the articles that people have written. And this is the Discover tab there. and conversations are the roundtable conversations that we can look at. And my library has a collection of all the outputs that we have generated, be it article or be it conversation. So this is my prompts that this is my outputs that I have gotten. So we will come to
This is for the article you want. Uh, as per my choice, the article type which I want, that search for article, there I have to type it.
uh, which part? I could not get your
Like
question.
when you are talking about discovered articles now, so articles where I have to type in as per requirement. This
So you can
here. Na?
type it here
Okay,
on the
okay,
top. If it has something available, it will show those articles.
okay. Thank you.
So these are outputs which somebody has generated by using Storm with the date and timestamp. We'll come to this. We're going to come back to this. Let's go to the first option first now, which is create an article. And currently, it only supports English language. It says very clearly here that we can only enter the topic in English language only. And we can change the mode from this button also. Let's just type something here, which is let's say something like analysis of symbolism in the novels of J.K. Rowling. So this is the probable topic. And we also saw that when we started typing the keywords, it allowed us to see the sample articles also based on what we typed. Now, J.K. Rowling, as we know, is the famous author of Harry Potter series, and the title is Analysis of Symbolism. All I have to do is click on Go, and this now all the prompts that I'm showing, all the tools that I'm showing here will take time to generate because they're going to write an output for us. So while it is generating this, we have to do this part. Each time we generate an output from Storm, we have to mention why are we using Storm. This is something they've made mandatory, without which we can't go forward. We can simply always type research and analysis. Now, currently, as we can see, it is on step 2. Step 1 was understanding the topic. Step 2 is it is now browsing the internet. These are the websites it has found, which it is going to read through, and it will generate the article from there. Typically, it takes around 3 to 4 minutes for the Storm model to generate an article for any topic that we put in. And we can see it is going through some of the popular websites that we know, including Cliff Notes, Quora, and there were other platforms as well. And there are some WikiHow pages it is going through, some web links, some YouTube article also, some YouTube video also apparently. So once this finishes generating, it will give us an output like this. Let me see if I can log in from here. I can show you one of the outputs that I created while it generates. Let me just give the verification, and yeah, we are good to go. Hopefully, why is it? Yeah, okay, there we are. It is still going on. As we can see, this was the one that I created earlier. Now, this is what the output looks like. If you want to see the process it has gone through, I can click on this button, see brainstorming process, which it allows me to browse through the conversation that has happened inside of the platform in the backend. And these are various outputs in the form of the voices of an archivist, a technology expert, a basic fact writer, and an academic researcher. And we can get the same output in various tones according to these roles that we see here. Now, the main part, however, is this. This is our entire article. I'll first just browse through the length very quickly. Summary, historical context, origin and development, interdisciplinary engagement, technology used in digital humanities, subtopics there, methodological approaches to DH, challenges and limitations, and that's where it ends. Now, also, we have these numbers here similar to Notebook LM, which if we go over, we would be able to get the exact reference that it has referred to. in order to write this piece of write-up that we are getting with the title of the paper or the article, the URL as to where it is located, and the highlights of that main homepage where it would take us eventually. So this is some web blog, I think, which it has referred to. And after that, what we can also do is we can click on this PDF button right here. It says show as PDF. I can click on download and it opens this for me. This was one of the files that we uploaded earlier on Notebook LM yesterday. And this is the output version in the PDF format as to what it looks like. And all our references are hyperlinked here. It has gone through about 35 resources to generate this piece of write-up for me. And I can access any of them by simply clicking on either the numbers or the references at the end also. So that is something to take a note of. Right? And we also have a table of contents which is auto-generated, by the way, which we get in the PDF version, not in the web version of the same. Right? Now let's come back to this. Okay, there we go. We have the same output here now. Major themes and symbols with character symbolisms. As you can see, it is pretty accurate. Let's just try to see a little bit of the content part also. We won't read through it line by line, but let me just come to this one, for example, death and resurrection. The theme of death is very intricately woven. It goes on to say this. Harry's journey, that is Harry Potter, culminates in a confrontation with, in the sense of confrontation with death itself, when he learns that love transcends mortality, and it is reflected in Harry's ultimate triumph over Voldemort. So it definitely tries to dig deeper into the texts that we have. And then there's a feedback section here where we can leave a feedback which helps the creators develop this tool further. Right? I can also simply click on PDF here, which again will download a copy of, or give me a web version first, then I can download this if I want. We can annotate, we can read through this, add some text here, depends on what you want to do. So this is the storm part. Now let's come to the next bit, which is co-storm. We will type in some other similar topic. Let's say, let's go with the sample this time. There are some sample topics here. AI's impact on the whole planet. And this is a roundtable conversation this time, where we get these various personas that we have. Now I'm showing this sample because if we go through and generate the co-storm part, it will take some more time. As we have other tools to cover, this is what the co-storm part generates, where we can first study the background, and then on the basis of that, we can ask questions to the moderator inside of it. Let's try to do that actually. Role of AI in education. Suppose this is our topic. We have switched over to co-storm, and it will give us this pop-up every time. So that's something we will have to work with. And while it generates this, let's just see if I have anything in conversations in my history. Yeah, I think it's just, oh no, I don't have anything. Currently, this is the only conversation that we have. So we will have to give it some time to become familiar with the topic. It will try to follow the same process that we had earlier, by the means of which it is generating the links first. And after going through the links and studying them, it will then go on ahead to give us a chat window in which we can interact with it and get a detailed output. Let's start moving towards the third one while it generates this, which is the last bit, which is data storm. Okay, maybe because it is already open in the background. Let me just refresh this part. Yeah, now I think we would be able to. I think I need to let it finish generating, then it will come. Okay, while it generates, we will move towards the next bit, which is the next tool for today. Do we have any questions on this one so far? It's pretty easy to use. It's very straightforward and gives us these initial reports that we have. So I think I might be having the sample report. I downloaded it. Let me just open that once again. No. In case anybody is just joining us, we are discussing Storm as our first platform. And this is what it generates in the first bit, which is the Storm part. So if there are any questions on this bit, we can pick them up. Otherwise, we'll just wait for it to finish. I think it is almost done. We are on the last step and we should be getting the output anytime now. So one of the things which differentiates writing tools as compared to other tools that we utilize, let's be it chatbots or be
Uh,
it, yeah,
Here we can get the idea of the topic, like whatever I'm going to do research and all.
yes.
Similar articles and all this I will do. How it can help to, matlab, using this thing, you have to write your own at the end of the time day.
No, this will not suggest articles. Here you can have a conversation with the model. I am waiting for it to finish. Once it finishes generating, then I can show how it is working. We are able to have a conversation with an agent. These are called as agents, as we know, which is primarily designed to help with writing of research. So the output which Storm was generating, which is basically collection of information and giving us that output in the write-up format, Costom allows us to build on top of that by asking questions to the agent. So once we have entered the topic, we are able to interact with the bit which is in the background here in Costom, and it will give us insights into those topics. So we'll see that. I think that once it finishes generating, if I show it, it will be more clearer instead of me
Yes.
talking about it. Yeah,
Okay, sir.
yeah. So as I was saying, unlike other tools that we have, be it for literature review or mapping or even for, let's say, chatbots, writing tools tend to take a bit more time as opposite to other platforms that we've seen so far. And this is the conversation that it has generated. And now we get to ask questions to this moderator. So as we can see, it has started to build on top of the topic that we've given to it. The moderator, which is the co-storm bit in the background, says, that's a great point about, so this is how it is starting the conversation. That's a great point about engaging students critically with AI tools. Building on top of that, how do you think we could leverage student-led initiatives and collaborative projects to further explore ethical implications of AI? And if I click on generate again, it will let the user, which is us, be the persona in this, and it will browse through the internet for us and give a response to this. So what is happening essentially here, as we can see, as I said, is it is creating a roundtable discussion between itself and another agent within inside of it. And in this discussion, what they would be doing is they would be talking about various facets and various aspects of the same topic. So those areas or insights which we might miss in case we are working on one part of a conversation, it would try to take those into account. And in this manner, we would be able to see the entire background discussion. So even before we were allowed to use this bit, it had all of these discussions where it established what we call as the context. Now, to understand this properly, whenever we give a prompt to any chatbot like ChatGPT or Gemini, we sometimes tend to give very long prompts. And in doing so, we are establishing the boundary or the framework in which the bot has to respond to our question. And that is what is happening here once this pre-conversation has been generated. And anytime I want to join the conversation between the moderator and the AI ethics and the various role personas it has taken up, I can simply just type something like this. What are some of the areas of future research in this domain? So now I am the third party in this conversation. So now both the moderator and so the two personas that we see here, the moderator and this other bit. This in this instance, it has given itself a name which is AI ethics specialist. They both will respond to my query and they will give me a conversation, and then they will give me an answer. So let's see, and it will take my question into account, and this is what it gives. So this is an answer to my question. Until I type something here, they both will continue talking to each other each time I click on generate, and they will simulate a conversation between two different personas of researchers working on this topic, with of course all the links that we can see here, and they are referring to actual reports while generating these outputs. As we can see, this is just one example right here. So trying to automate that part. And on the basis of this conversation, we can also do another thing. This is the conversation bit. If I go to this side, we also get an article format from the same conversation. So not only it allows us to have a conversation, it also allows us to get an article from it. So the more longer this conversation is, the more detailed this article would be automatically in the background. So this is a really important, really interesting feature as to what they're doing. They're sort of trying to automate that conversational bit, which would give more working information for the tool to begin with. So these are the two initial functions inside of Storm. And if we go to the third one, I don't know why today this is not working, but DataStorm typically responds very well, but I think it is not letting me enter a prompt here right now. We'll come back to this in case it starts. Sometimes if they are doing some maintenance, it doesn't work. Otherwise, it typically works very easily. So we'll come back to this in case it doesn't let me generate anything right now. So from here, we are moving towards our next platform for today, which again is a platform which some of us may have heard of. It has been around for some time now. I really like this platform in the way that it functions. This is called Rightful AI, or you can just simply call it Rightful also. This is the homepage of the platform. Now, this is its actual website. And as we can see, they try to sort of do a lot of things at the same time. And it works in three ways. Now, what I mean by this is, there are three ways in which we can use Rightful. I can use it in the form of a website also, where I can directly log in into the platform and start using it. Or else, we can also use it inside of a text editor that we are working with. So it also can integrate with our Microsoft Word. So if you're doing any research, it helps there. And it can also integrate with Overleaf as a software. For those of us who work with LaTeX as a platform and LaTeX code, Rightful can sit inside of Overleaf as well. So what we do is, we click, let me first paste the link of this actually in the chat box. I will take the questions on all the platforms at the end because today we only have 1 hour. So please keep on posting your questions in the chat box. I will take them all together at the end. So once we come to the platform itself, we go to login and we have to create an account here. There is no option of logging in with Google. Either I create an account with my email, or if I have an Overleaf account, that's what I can use. And once we have set up, we have logged in, this is what it brings to us.
Is it also free, sir?
It has free plans, yeah. I mean, it has a free version also. All the tools I am showing, they have a free plan as well as they have a paid version as well. There are both. Okay, let's log in. Since I've already logged in, it should be coming up directly. Yeah. So as I said, it works in 3 formats: Rightful for Word, Rightful for Overleaf, and Rightful as an online portal. I can transition the theme from here. Other settings are available in this part. And if you want to check out what the various plans are and how it works, it's available under the Plans tab. And this is a comparison of what the free version versus what the paid version can do. Free version, of course, has limited functionality with all the features that it offers to us. And we are going to be doing both today. We are going to use it online also, and we are going to use it in Word also. I've already set it up in Word. It's ready to go. Let me just open a blank document. And this is right here. It's a additional tab that we have to add to the automatically it adds basically. You can do it from the website only. And it automatically adds itself to the Word browser. We'll come back to this in a minute. This one is very powerful. And I've subscribed to the premium version. You can do it for monthly also. This is what the monthly plan costs. This is something we have to decide on our own. I'll now come back to the portal very quickly. This is the online part. Now, if I go to the online version, this is what it does. We get all the options right from title generator, abstract, paraphraser to academizer also. Let's go with the first one, title generator. So all I have to do is paste my abstract here. Let's just generate something very quickly. And this output that we are seeing is, of course, the result of ChatGPT has now launched its latest model, which is 5.1. And the previous models are available. I mean, we're not talking about ChatGPT right now, but these are all the previous models. Up until now, we were using 4.1, I think, and 5, sorry. Now it's gone to 5.1. Anyways, so this is the abstract. We come back to Rightful, paste the generate here, and this is the title that it generates for us. And each time I click generate title, it will keep on giving me new titles. Right? Now let's do the opposite. If we have a title, that's the next bit, which is abstract generator. Let's see if it generates an abstract from just the title itself. Now, of course, I will not recommend pasting our original ideas here, because then, of course, there's a possibility that it might end up in its training data. It says that the given text is too short. Let me take another abstract and let's see what it does with that. Okay, I mean, so this is why Rightful is very powerful. It will not work unless it has the maximum required number of words. Okay, anyhow, let's do this. By the way, this is not recommended. I am just doing this demo to save time so that we can see the functionality of the output. I'll just take 2 sections. Hopefully, it should give us some output with that. Okay.
Sir, जैसे you have written na just one word like say digital or AI or say digital networking, anything else, and can we ask for create a title, research title on this?
Yeah, Rightful will do that. If you just write just the topic or the keyword, and it will
Only the keywords.
yeah,
If I
yeah,
will
yeah,
put only the keywords and
it will give.
creating. Okay.
Of course, it will give this. So even those 2 paragraphs were short for it. It needs more content apparently. Okay, I think this much is fine, or it will keep on generating. Conclusion. Okay. Now it should work, I think. There we go. So on the basis, so it can do the reverse also. If it has a detailed draft of something, this is the abstract. I think around must be somewhat around 250 words or something. I don't know. Let's just see. Not even that. 65 words. So very short abstract also it is capable of generating. Now this one, as we all know, is a paraphraser, where it paraphrases content for us. Now the question is, what does it actually do? It allows us to paraphrase multiple bits of writing together. So let's say if I enter this, I can add up to 2000 words. And there are three levels of paraphrasing that we can do with this. Low changes the words to only, as it says. Minor changes to the original text, where it just does what a normal paraphrasing tool would do, which is change the words to the synonyms or change the words here and there. Then we have another, which is the medium, which works at the level of phrase and word. So not only will it change the words, it will change phrases also. And what it changes, we can see that it is highlighted here side by side, so that we can track those changes as well. And the best part is it divides the entire bit into these small boxes. So it allows us to keep a track of those changes as well. Right? And the high one, of course, tries
Now, what
to
is the prompt that you have given to draft a paraphrasing?
no prompt at all. It's automatic. I've just clicked on paraphraser and I pasted the same abstract that we had. It is working on
Okay,
its own.
okay,
There are no prompts here. Now
okay,
the
sir.
high, yeah, welcome, sir. Now the high option tries to work at the syntax level, and we can clearly see the change between these two phrases. This is the original version. Digital technologies have shifted from the margins to the center of human civilization, from AI to extended reality, and we can see the changes happening between them. So rightful is pretty powerful in that way, right? And the last option is called as academizer, where it can take an informal content and make it formal. So let's just try that bit also. Let's see if it works actually more better. Okay, so this is the informal version, and paste it here. Something went wrong. So there seems to be some problem with this tool right now. It is showing some error. Otherwise, it will make this more formal. There is no, we have not increased, we have not gone over the word limit also. There's we can have up to 2000 characters, but somehow it's not letting me do it. Let me refresh it once and try again. No, it is returning some error right now. They must be doing something with it. Maybe it will come back in some time. Okay, then we can download Rightful, as I said, for Word and for Overleaf from right here. And once we have it, in setup and ready to go, this is how it functions. It's very simple to set up. We just have to click on this button, or on the home screen, we can simply click on this button. It will just ask OK from our end. It will automatically open Microsoft Word and add itself there. We don't have to install anything. हमें कुछ install नहीं करना है, वो अपने आप काम करेगा. It will work on its own. So let's just open Rightful here. And the Rightful will open itself as a additional widget where I have to sign in apparently. Okay, I think if it doesn't work, I'll have to reset it. Not an issue. I'll just reset it. Give me a second, please. Because I really want to show this word bit, because that's where the full power of Rightful actually will come. Just a second. Okay, my Brightful is ready to go now. It should work now. Let's try. Yes, there we go. Yeah, ready. And this is what Rightful looks like. If you want to see the start guide, in case you're using it for the first time, these are all the functions. Check your text or paragraph to get our language revised and paraphrased. Use Rightful's language edits to help us get some insights on how to edit documents. We can choose our language model if we want to change that. That's a part of the premium version. Generate titles or abstracts right here in Word itself. Refine our language, synonyms for any words, and summarize and explain any content, and get any academic questions answered. So let's go. We'll just copy paste this output only that we had. Let's take another abstract now, and we'll see all the options one by one. Right? We'll click on check paragraph. So it will go through my paragraph now, and these are the suggestions. It says to change the word pedagogy learner engagement with student engagement, and the vary with the definition of knowledge. And if I click on I, it will show me which part of my paragraph needs revision. In this way, it gives me suggestions for the entire bit of writing that I have. And click on accept, and the change will happen automatically. I don't have to do it manually. All the changes are now done. So we go to menu again. Click on this. Go to check document. Now let's see what happens. There are no language suggestions. Okay, so since it has improved itself, I have to again go to the previous draft. Same thing, but since I only have one paragraph here, so it will only show me limited amount of content, but it does show what it can do. Sorry for closing it. Yeah, then we get generate. Now I can generate a title or an abstract. Let's select this and get a title on the basis of that. So here we have a title coming up. I can regenerate it as many times as I want. It will take a few seconds, and then I can copy it from here itself, paste it in the editing software, select it further, click on breakdown. No, wait, there is one more option to look at. Click on abstract. Your abstract is 127 words long. The abstract generator needs, so this is the same thing we did online, but we can do it inside this. I have to paste my content here. It will generate the abstract. Now let's do one more thing. Just break this down. Now there are two options here, summarize and explain. I click on summarize. And this is the summarized version of the same. So this is primarily useful when we have a larger piece of text here, wherein we can simply, okay, I'll come back to this bit, wherein we can have a larger part of write up here, and we can ask it for a breakdown into simpler bits, or else you can ask for explanation also. So it will summarize the content as well as help us get a breakdown of the topics. It will take this much time once the bar reaches 0. And this text is an abstract summary of a research paper, so it is able to recognize it about how digital technologies are changing teaching. Then there's a sentence by sentence explanation of what each line means, and we can read through it and get some ideas from that. Also, we have the rewrite option here, which allows us to paraphrase it, make it concise, make it punchy, make it more scientific, split it or join different paragraphs into multiple parts. Let's just say paraphrase. It will paraphrase it and rewrite for me again. and I can track changes. I can choose them to make active or inactive. I can show options. And here, unlike the online version, we can adjust certain things. The level of paraphrasing can be set to high. Style can be scientific. I can lengthen the draft also and click on regenerate. Now what it will do is it will do all of these things, take this forward, and if I click on insert, my new draft will be inserted here as opposite to the previous draft. And after that, we have, okay, I think this we have C, make scientific. It will do the same thing. It will make it more formal basically. And we should be getting an output very soon. This depends on quite a bit on the internet speed and how much Rightful is being utilized at any given point of time. It will show all the changes that I have done. Same thing, I can click on insert and it will put it here. Let's look at the last bit, which is this part. Now, since I am using the premium version right now, in the free version, this part will not come. What I did was, just to show it again, I clicked on Rightful. I went to this ribbon here, which is the menu. It allows me to change the language model. And this is the standardized GPT model. And this is the GPT model with custom prompt. So assuming that I'm writing a research paper, right, I can ask it to give me the writing. Actually, let's do that.
Sir, research
Yes.
paper write कर रही हूँ. Just now you have said that assuming if I am writing a research paper and I can get all the information like creating substract, abstract, creating title, creating the other paraphrase and all. So it will be caught by the plagiarism, right?
I will
I
respond to
will
that, ma'am.
if
Let
I
me,
will just copy and paste it out over there, तो plagiarism में तो पकड़े जाएंगे ना sir?
I'm coming to that. Let me respond to that. Well, let me first finish showing this, then I'll respond
Okay,
to the questions.
okay, sir.
So this is our prompt, and I can save it from here. Choose model. Now it is done. Let's regenerate it. Actually, not regenerate. I should have said paraphrase. Now let's see what happens. If the custom prompt is working or not. There we go. I'll click on insert now. And this is the new output. We can see the change right away. Have become central to the reconfiguration of education, shaping how pedagogy is constructed. And we can see changes in the vocabulary bit of things. In a similar manner, I can also change the language. In case I want to do that, I have to go back to the original model, that is. And now we can switch between British and American English in the output language version. Then blocked language suggestions is something wherein we can block a suggestion from appearing second time in case we don't find something to be useful or we don't want that in our suggestions the next time. So it also allows us to have that. Sentence palette. Okay, I think I'll come to this. I have to show this part anyways. Just 1 minute. Let me see if I'm missing out on something. Okay, so this is how it works inside Word. Now, one very important thing. Assuming that we want some information on how we can make this writing better, Rightful offers us a very important option, which I kept for last, which is Academic Writing Lab. Now, this bit has sort of what we would call as starting points as to how we can structure our statements. So, for example, structuring your abstract, they have analyzed results where people have utilized, writing lab, or have given some input in the creation of writing lab of multiple papers, and then they've come out with these insights. So it basically helps somebody who is trying to get started on this as to how they can be structured. They have insights and examples of, for example, this one is the tab on how abstract examples are working and how they have to be referred to and how it can. So this is a very good way of practically learning all of these. And as we can see, they have sections on everything. Let me zoom out, zoom out. The first one is writing sections of your paper or thesis, abstract, introduction, literature review. They have examples for everything. So structuring your literature review, for example, then useful phrases for your literature review, like in case I want to see what I can use, like that. So this entire section, this is also available in the free version. This is not something which I have to pay for additionally, uh, even though I'm using the premium version. So this can be a very good resource whenever we are trying to write something. And before I open for some questions, let me start the discussion from what ma'am had asked. Both the tools that I have shown, they are not anywhere letting us write anything on our own. They're simply working on top of what we are writing. Plus, I always say, never use any draft directly which we generate out using any AI platform, and don't give it any of your original ideas. They are meant to help us draft better, and that's the primary reason why I have chosen Writeful as the tool to show. There are other tools, as we know very well, very popular ones. I'll just type the names of one of the ones which is very well known, where we can generate entire drafts on its own, which is called Jenny, as I'm sure we all know about it. But I've deliberately not chosen that. AI tools are supposed to help us enhance our writing ability, or enhance our writing format and style, instead of directly or copy pasting it from there. Writeful is very good in that, since it integrates itself with our text editor. So that's what I had to show for today. We are exactly on time. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I've tried to present some new tools, and hopefully it has been useful. If we have any questions.